Off gates, let's go. Hello, I am Loxley. Welcome to Board Game Roulette. Um, where at the end of each stream, I spin my big wheel of board games to randomly choose what I will play on my next stream. This is something I'm just starting doing because I have a bunch of board games. There's some that I've not played in a while, some that I've not played for I've not played ever, and I really want to go through them, but I don't. I want to keep things fresh and light and have something different and have that opportunity where certain board games will get repeated over a few times and I'll get better or not, as the case may be. Um, so, if you didn't join me the other day, um, which was Saturday, I span the wheel and it came out of Raiders of the North Sea, which I had not heard of until I was just browsing for board games on Steam and Twitch. And this has got quite an impressive little uh, little bit of not history, but it's a very cool looking game. It's got a very unique stylistic design, and it won quite a few awards. It was won the Golden Geek. It was a runner up for the Kennerspiel des Jahres. So yeah, and I've only done the um, tutorial so far. So what we get to do is have me learning against the NPCs, the computer. But what's also kind of interesting is this game actually has a campaign, which you don't usually get with board games, as you might understand. Um, so that's, as far as I can tell, something that's specifically being created by the developers, Direwolf Digital, who have actually quite an impressive number of games that appear on that are going to appear on Board Game Roulette. They've also done Game of Thrones, the board game, digital edition. They've done Sagrada. They have done. They've actually got a really interesting free to play collectible card game called Eternal, which may have to check that out. I do kind of want to do a bit of a side thing in terms of trying some of the free to play collectible card games. So Eternal now, Hearthstone, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon. Oh, that was another one. They did the online version of the Pokemon trading card game. They did the official adaptation of the Pokemon trading card game online. So yeah, these Direwolf Digital have done a lot of stuff. I'm kind of excited about the prospect of seeing a lot of their stuff because some of it I've not played, some of it I have, and yeah, so this is, but for the sake of Board Game Roulette, this is the first time they are appearing. This is only the second. This is only the second game, and the first game was last Saturday. We played Small Worlds, had a really great time with that. Um, that was a game I'd played before, and it kind of makes. I'm quite happy that the second game that we're going to be playing is a game that I've not really touched. So we are going to dive into this. Bear with me one moment, because I do quite like the fact I switch audio gone. Oh, you done? Did I just? I may have deleted my switch audio. Uh, Bear with me. Can use it. Okay, we're going to move over to the game screen and kind of hope that I can hear things. Okay. I think is it unhide? Huh, weird. Okay, right. We're not going to worry too much about that. I'm really hoping that in a moment I will go to the screen and we will have music. If we don't, well then I will spend a couple of minutes trying to work out why we don't have music. So, let's move over to the game. I also quite like this actually has... Ah, there we go. We do have music. It was hiding. Okay. This is gonna start. Since the dawn of days, North Sea clans have competed for glory. As fearless Viking crews honor their chieftains with plunder, time has come to shape your destiny. Take command of your own raiding party. Gather resources, craft your strategy, and recruit your band of hardened warriors. Only the most cunning leaders, with bold plans and fearsome might, will live on in legends as Raiders of the North Sea. Yeah, I really like the fact that there's an opening cinematic to this game. It just makes it so much. It's just I wasn't expecting it when I boosted it up, so it was a really nice thing to suddenly get. It's just that nice little touch that really shows a bit of some love and care going into an adaptation. So that's really good. So we are going to be playing local for the time being. As you can see, I've already done the tutorials, and we're going to go straight into the... well, actually, no. I'm going to play one game versus AI, because I think that's quite useful, just so I can explain to both you folks and myself what exactly is going on, how the game works, and then we'll go into the campaign, which I think has a series of little missions. We'll see how this goes. Please do let me know how the music balance is. I'm just turning it down slightly because I'm having to struggle to hear myself. But please do let me know how everything sounds. Okay, let's start a versus AI. Just for reasons of turn quickness, rather than have 3 or 4, I'm just going to go one-on-one. I'm just going to go for the normal game type, because Ragnarok, as far as I can tell, actively cheats in favor of the AI. So I guess it's like Civilization games in that way, where you have an easy game mode where you get some bonuses, or a normal game mode where everything's even, or a hard game mode wherein the AI gets a bunch of bonuses and it's not actually fair. Yeah, we'll go normal and start. So, this is our North Sea village. Bjorn's turn. So Bjorn has... Well, I will explain how the game works now. So at the start of the game, I'm going to choose to cast discard. At some point, I will be able to hire people who are in my hand. So I'm going to get rid of 2. They each have a power for when they're held in my hand, or a power for when I discard them in the town hall. I'll go over all the different locations in a second. So let me just have a look. Warmonger, gain 1 victory point when raiding a harbour. That's quite good, because we've got a few harbours that we have the option of raiding before we go on to outposts, monasteries, and fortresses. Or take 1 provision from an opponent. So I can also see what my opponent has. They don't have any provisions right now, so fair enough. I also have once per raid, I may reroll 1 die. That's kind of cool. Or lose 1 crew member to gain 1 plunder. Oh, that's kind of interesting. That presumably has to be a crew member who's already been hired rather than in my hand. Pay 1 less silver when hiring crew in the barracks. That's very useful. Hire 1 crew member immediately for only 2 silver. So you have definite powers. Gain 2 strength when raiding a monastery, or gain 1 armor. Or the jeweler, gain 1 additional silver in the silversmith and lose 2 silver to gain 1 gold. Right. I feel like the jeweler, the armorer, and the recruiter are better long-term people to have. So I'm going to get rid of the warmonger and the brawler. They get discarded, and then into the gatehouse. So this is our Viking village. As you can see, we have a number of Vikings in different areas and a number of areas that have empty spaces. This is a worker placement game. What that means is you usually have a handful of little tokens, much like the one in the bottom right-hand corner, and you play those usually alternating with an opponent, which means that certain spaces that you might want to go to will get filled up over time. However, here, there is much like other work placement games, there's a communal space, but you only ever play one worker down, and pick one worker up. And when you play it down and pick it up, you get to activate that worker's power. So, for example, if I play this worker down at the silversmith, I will get to activate the silversmith power, and then I can pick somebody up from, say, the barracks, which would let me recruit somebody, and that would activate when I pick up, and I'd end up with still a little Viking in my hand. There are a few different levels of Vikings. There's the level 1 basic Vikings. When we go raiding into harbours, then we can pick up the level 2 Vikings, which are the grey ones, and the white level 3 Vikings, and they can do fancier things. So the level 2 and 3 Vikings can go to the Longhouse or the Armory, or they get extra powers at the Mill or the Silversmith. As I go through the game, that will be explained. The general overview of what things do is, in the treasury, you can discard a card and either get to discard 1 card for 2 silver or 2 cards for 1 gold. In the gatehouse, you draw 2 new cards into your hiring pool. In the town hall, you discard from your hand in order to activate the secondary power. In the barracks, you hire, paying the silver cost, which is in the silver symbol on the cards. So in the case of the recruiter, that's 2. And then the recruiter will also give you +1 armor, which is the red number at the bottom right. Longhouse, you can either trade heads of cattle, which you get from raids for provisions, or you trade the specific quantities of provisions, or not provisions, quantities of plunder, cattle, iron, or gold, for just directly transforming them into victory points as you're presenting them to the chief. The armory, you either pay 2 silver to get 1 extra armor, or an iron to get 2 extra armor. That's on top of what you're given by your crew. The mill, if you send a regular Viking, they will bring back 1 provision. A level 2 Viking, they will bring back 2 provisions, or a level 3 Viking will bring back 2 provisions or 2 gold, and finally the silversmith will get you 3 silver. So I think what I mean, the recruiter is a really useful one, but at the same time I could also get the jeweler. That being said, I'm going to go to the silversmith before I go to the barracks, so that would mean the recruiter is more useful. In order to get to raid any of these harbors or outposts or monasteries, we need the amounts listed on the next to them. So for this harbor, I need 2 provisions and 2 members of my crew, whereas this one I need only 1 provision but 3 members of the crew. And currently, I have no one in my crew. So hiring early, very, very useful. And in order to do that, I'm probably going to send this person to the mill in order just to get a provision. And then I'm going to pick up from the barracks, because I already start with 2 silver, and I'm going to hire a recruiter, yes. So the recruiter will now stay with me for either until the rest of the game, or until he's killed in battle. let me remind myself of the pay 1 less silver when hiring crew in the barracks. So if I'm right, that would mean, yes, and it updates on the card. That's a really nice visual touch. So we can see the jeweler is now absolutely free to hire because she's being convinced by the recruiter. So let's do that. Get the jeweler. It doesn't get me any bonus to my power, but that doesn't actually matter when you're just raiding harbors. You can see power only comes into play when you're going for outposts, monasteries, and fortresses. And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to, in fact, use her power straight away and go to the silversmith, which will get me 4 coins. Bjorn is going to the mill. So, ooh, and is hiring... I don't know what she does, but she looks really cool. I actually think, because I've only got 1 card in hand, I think I would like to go to the gatehouse, which lets me draw 2 more cards. And what have you got? So I've now got the armorer to get strength, 1 extra victory point when I raid a monastery, or 1 victory point when raiding a harbor. Okay, so Warmonger, really, really useful, because I'm going to be raiding harbors a fair bit at the start. Or I could take provision from an opponent, but honestly, that's less useful in the long run, because an extra victory point is going to be worth far more than an extra provision. And case in point, I'm just going to get a provision right now. Bjorn, ooh, Bjorn's raiding. And Bjorn has gone for the very good raiding area because these are presumably randomly generated at the start of the game, but you really want to go for the ones that don't have any skulls in them, because skulls mean that your people are going to lose that many cards from your crew. So if I were to go at this harbor right now, I would have to sacrifice at least 1, potentially both of the people in my crew, because those skulls are Valkyries. Instead, what I'm going to do, because I'm sensible, because right now I know that Bjorn shouldn't have any provisions. So Bjorn is well set up to go back to the harbor on the left momentarily, but I probably I have a turn to get another crew person down, which would mean I'm allowed to raid this harbor and get all of this gold. So let's do that. So let's start by paying down at the barracks, and we're going to go for the Warmonger, because it makes sense to have an extra victory point, because I'm going to be raiding a bunch of harbors. And then I would like... anybody in my treasury... Ooh, I could just gain an extra armor now, and that would stay with me for the rest of the game, because then the armorer has limited use once we're past monasteries. That being said, that does mean I could potentially just sacrifice him. It's really a choice of, is it sensible to get 1 armor that will be with me for the rest of the game, or 3 armor which is useful later? I don't know if there is a time limit. I don't know. The shield twitches. I'm not sure if... I thought that was counting down, but then it doesn't actually spin. It just twitches. So, a bit confused on that one. But, yeah. What do I want to do? Is there anybody I want to get rid of? Gain 1 victory from remaining monastery, or lose 1 limestock to gain 1 iron. So I can't do either of those. Do I want to hire? Well, might as well just get them out, because... Actually, no. Let's go from the gatehouse and get a few more people. And whilst Bjorn's having their turn... see, now Bjorn has a advanced Viking, which is a bit of an odd choice, because the level 2 Viking, when you put it down in the silversmith, only gets 2 silver as opposed to 3. So that's a bit of a confusing choice. But because this is now in play, I can pick up that silver Viking and use it in this as much as Bjorn. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to... Let me just check what I got. So I gain 1 additional victory point for each pair of livestock at the game ends, or use any building's action as if your worker was there. Ooh, that's quite good. And draw 1 additional card in the gatehouse, or drew 3 new cards to your hand. So either 3 new cards once, or 3 new cards every single time, and he's not so bad if we end up going. So instead, I'm actually just going to go to this harbor. Let's go, recruits. We go and raid. I take a victory point for that. I also take 3 gold and 1 cattle. So you're either, in this game, you're either preparing at the village or you are raiding. So there's not the same play down, pick up. Or either you play down, but you pick up from that harbour. So I actually have enough to go raiding there again. The question obviously becomes, do I want to? It gives me an extra raider. That being said, you also kind of lose that raider of that colour. So actually it makes sense to play down and pick up, because that would mean that the silver Viking is going to stay in circulation, effectively. Right, in that case, is there anything I want to discard? Or do I want to get some more at the gatehouse? I'd really like to use one of these extra powers, but the mill's currently blocked. The armory, I have the silver, but I'd just be trading for 1 extra armor, and I don't think that's as useful. And there's not really much you can... Oh, I can give one of my... I give that cattle away and get 2 provisions, which sets me up for a little bit longer. Okay, yep, I can trade my plunder for provisions or victory points. Nope, sorry, I didn't... One thing I do like, obviously messed up there by hitting the button, but I do really like that there is an undo button, that you're not just stuck in your decision if you misclick. So I get 2 provisions because I presented the chief with a cattle. Use any building's action as if your worker were there. Ooh. I could get the silver going. I don't need any of these people down right now. Yeah, let's take you. I'm going to get rid of the merchant. Use any buildings if your worker was there. Select a building to take his action. And... makes sense to me. I've got enough provisions. Let's go for the silversmith. Ah, and of course I have the jeweler, so I get a bonus. So they've gone to the gatehouse and the mill, because they're stocking up for provisions. And where do I want to go? Because I've got plenty of provisions. But I've also, basically everything here is death. I could go further upriver, but again, everything is death. And also, the whole point of going upriver is you then want to be beating the power on the red pennants with the power you have plus a dice roll. So honestly, not really an idea to do that just yet. Instead, actually, it's probably worth considering what is available from the chief, because right now there are 3 victory points available if I get iron. There's only 1 iron available on any of these platforms. Or I could pay 2 silver and 1 iron to get 3 victory points, or 2 cattle and an iron to get 4 victory points. So it almost makes sense to raid in that harbour that only costs 3 provisions. Or that harbour that only costs 1 provision, because then I just need to recruit somebody. So yeah, I think I should do that. Also more gold, because why not? Actually not sure what how that benefit is calculated, because obviously there's only 3 bonuses here, where there's 4 there. Maybe it's just a random thing and it starts from the top. That being said, these monasteries don't have a huge amount, but they do seem to not... Maybe one of the rules is that the monasteries will not have Valkyries, because the monasteries aren't going to fight back. Okay, let's... Yeah, I'm going to go to this harbour, get this cattle, this iron, this gold, get the points. In fact, get 2 points. Probably get rid of the jeweler. Yeah. Unfortunately, the jeweler was really useful, but yeah, she is being a sacrifice to the Valkyrie. Because honestly, the power is the recruiter. Again, because I'm going to be going to lots of harbours. So you're hired there. Right, and I now want to... you bugger. Because you've now gone to the chief. That's actually fine. I can go to... Let's go to the mill. Then let's go to the barracks and hire somebody. So draw 1 additional card. So these 2 are not particularly useful. The armor and the shield maiden are not useful whilst I'm not raiding monasteries. Let's get the gatekeeper in. And then next turn I'll go to the gatehouse and probably pick up from the longhouse. Because I can... Actually, probably have to go for the... Well, let's, at the very least, go to the gatehouse and get some cards. So, what have I got now? I have got a barbarian, 2 strength and raiding fortresses. Nice. If killed in raid, gain 1 gold. Nice. Or once per raid, you may reroll 1 die. So, Gravedigger... Honestly, Gravedigger, definitely useful, but I'm going to have to wait till next turn to go and get him. Do I have anything I want to give to the chief? I'll tell you what, I can get another iron in a second. Let's do this plunder for 3 points. And the key piece of information about my opponent is I already know that they have only 1 point. But they appear to be pushing up to the monasteries. Interesting. Okay. So they've chosen to bypass the rest of the harbours. Good to know. Are there any... So it kind of makes sense. The harbours are a little bit easier. Monasteries are tougher, but you also have 2 dice to use against them. And if I have now 2 cows, a silver, and a... Okay, well, Recruiter is a better plan right now, because I'm going to be going to a bunch of Valkyrie. Let's recruit a Gravedigger. And he was free, which was good. And then let's... I don't know if there's a hand limit. So let's get a few more cards in my hand. Doesn't appear to be a hand limit. I've also got some really inexpensive cards right now, which is nice. You're going to the armory. Hired somebody. So I now have the same as Bjorn. So I now have play 1 less provision when raiding an outpost. Ooh, nice. Or gain a provision and a silver. Also really good. If killed, forced opponent to lose a crew member. Oh, that just sounds fun. And pay 1 less provision when raiding a monastery. Oh, is that all the... Oh, raiding an outpost, raiding a monastery. Right, so these are really specific as opposed to just raids in general. Okay, well, let's go to the barracks. Because I'm thinking the Avenger sounds like a really great plan. Also, because it gives me another 3. Ah, the ship's capacity is 5 crew members. If you try to hire a 6th, you must first dismiss someone to make room. That's actually fine, because I'm pretty sure somebody's not coming back from the next raid. So I can't pull from the barracks. I could go to the armory. I don't have any iron or any... do I have any cards I want to get rid of? I don't think the brawler's that useful. Yeah, let's send the brawler home for 2 silver. Oh, and you seem to make your way back okay. That one. That's good to know. So I don't think I've hit a hand limit yet, but I have hit the crew limit. And why don't I go straight up here? I need a cattle and an iron. Or, well, I need a bunch of cattle. And you only get me a victory point when raiding a harbour. So actually, I probably want to go... Do you know what? I might want to go through and get just a bunch of these cheap things. Just in order to kind of clear out some of my crew. Because... It seems to me to make more sense to get more people. Yeah, that definitely. I mean, it's callous as all hell, but it definitely makes sense to. Yeah. Okay. I think that makes sense. I think that makes a lot of sense. Is there somebody else? Oh, in fact. Strategy. Because this is quite cheap. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, my poor Gravedigger and my poor Avenger. They are so missed. It's tragic that they had to go. I believe you have to lose one of your crew as well. There we go. Ah, and you've got one of the top levels. Nice. Okay, let's just go straight into here. I think, yeah, I can either get the 4 or the 5. Let's get the 5 then. And then I'm going to need to recruit some folks. And if I'm going to monasteries, let's get some extra victory points. Let's get some extra... do I have... I have no money. That is a problem. That is definitely a problem. Huh. Hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I just paid them. I just paid the money I needed to hire the Shield Maiden. Okay, that's absolutely... Oh, that's pain as well, because... Actually, are there any of you that I don't want? Raiding an outpost. I think we may be going past that. Let's go to the treasury. Oh, I can't. No, I need to take something off. And this is why you don't... This is why you're not... This is... Now you're thinking with portals. Well, in that case, it makes more sense to get one of the basic level Vikings. So we're going to pay 1 last... We're going against a monastery. Let's pay 1 last provision to raid a monastery. That just makes a lot of sense. Right, what are you doing? You're going up against a monastery again. So the monasteries are really good. And you'll get 15, 18. So you only get the 14. I think if you... I think you won't get the victory points if you don't match. I think if you get more, that's better. Right, let's send you to... do I want you? Strength or... So 8. I'm trying to get 14 or 12. And what I really want now is cattle and iron. So actually gold, not the highest priority. That's fine. Okay, let's send you to the barracks. Why? Wait, why could I not? I've got no money. Let's raid. Let's raid. I feel like I've got a good opportunity to just go up here and raid fairly well. Oh, do I have to make gold as well? Oh, interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. To an extent. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, that fortress is really powerful. Yeah, let's not do that. So that's why we need gold for the end game. That makes sense. So I guess there's an option. So the game ends when there's, I think, only one fortress tile left. So you can kind of do this in any order. That's really fun. Wait, what? Does one of you get 1 provision and 1 silver? I need more than 1 silver. You are basically useless. Okay. Right. Pound gold. Average roll of 2 dice is 7. 8 plus 7 is 15. I'm better off getting here, which would also let me get that 4 points. Go. Oh, wait, am I not? Why am I not allowed to go here? I have the... 1 less provision when raiding a monastery, yes. I have 4 members of my crew. I have a gold. Why are you not allowing me to raid? I'm confused. This would be... Because I really want to... Well, that's not... I'm not expect. That's too expensive to raid. Why let me raid? Really confused. I don't understand. Are there any of these that I can... Okay, let's go to the town hall and get rid of this guy. Because 1 provision, 1 silver. Sure, why not? And then let's go to the mill and just get some provisions. So that explains why at the highest level you start getting gold. Okay, so why were you allowed to go up there? Or do you have to still have the provisions available? So you have 1 gold, 4 people, no provisions. Okay, so I am fairly safe to go and send my person out. And yeah, let's... I still don't have the silver for that. Okay, let's go and let's just... Weirdly, I do need the silver. But then I don't really want to do anything here. 1 plunder from any opponent. That might be... Use 1 livestock to gain an iron. Gain 1 armor. You know what? I think it is going to be more useful to have... Stop it! I can't go there. Right. Let's just get money. Let's just get money. And then we're going to pick up this guy from the town hall. We're going to get the 1 armor. Yes. And the next turn, we're going to... Maybe it was because I don't know. It's kind of there was that's an element of the rules I'm slightly unfamiliar with. We're gonna have to work that one out. Okay, we're gonna get this monastery. We're gonna go into this. Okay, I'm not understanding why I'm not allowed into this. I have just worked it out. It's, do you know what? Fair enough. That is on me. That is me not, because it actually is pretty clear. Because I'm noticing right by where it says monastery, it has a little circle that says grey/white, which means you can't use your basic spods here. Okay. What I could do, though, is go here. So I've got enough people. I get gold. I get cattle. I get iron. I've got a not inconsiderable chance of actually getting up to here, and then I can go straight and roll into the monastery. Though that's going to be expensive. Oh, that is good. Or I could play you down. It's nothing. I mean, yeah, at some point you just got to raid. So let's go here. Why are you not? Oh, because... Okay, fine. The most important thing I can do right now, is just get a silver or a grey or white person. And in that case, do I have the money to hire you? Yes, I do. Right, then let's go to the bloody barracks. Right, so you annoying now have enough provisions, so I need to get up to that monastery right the hell now. Oh, and it won't even let you raid harbors or outposts whilst you have the top tier. Oh, okay, okay. They aren't prepared for our might. Right, let's see. Because oh, I get 12 straight away. So if I get a really lucky, okay, 4 points. That's fine. But that ends up becoming 5 points because I have my shield maiden. And I don't. I've got 2 iron, so I get 4 points. Which is not terrible. Actually, it's probably better for me to get. Yeah, let's send you here. Get me 4 victory points. I do like being ahead. And then... Yeah, you're not right. Might want to raid that outpost, actually. Oh, so this is actually interesting. This has actually got... There's a little bit more of a tactic here than I was expecting. I was not expecting... Oh, you're going for that one, aren't you? Yeah, the safe one. You're going for the safe bet. Yawn. Ah, and you get the higher victory points. Interesting. Is that still available, or is it still 14 or 16? So, yeah. What I've got. Gain 1 provision in the mill. Fair. 1 less provision when raiding an outpost. 1 victory point when raiding a harbor. Okay, so I knew those were there. One of those. Great. So with 1 dice, average roll 3 or 4. Don't really want to... Actually, to be honest, the Warmonger can go because he's no longer useful. You two are... In fact, you two are no longer useful, frankly. So 2 gold... I wonder if the rarity of the Viking that you're bringing back affects how many resources are there. Because I'm just noticing that there's a Grey Viking here with 4 resources. Oh, but there's a Grey one here with 3. And then there's a White one here with... Maybe it's... Again, I still very much learning the game. Don't really know what's going on. Just trying to work it all out. Right, let's go to this outpost. Nice. So you're no longer useful to me because there's no instance at which I'm going to be raiding a monastery. And also you have the lowest fight value. Oh, you're kicking up to a fortress. I wonder... So you have 18, and you're boosting that to 27, so you get 7 points. So I currently have a... Still don't have that. Oh, I can get cattle and... You go to the... No, I did that thing. You did that thing. You did that thing, Loxley. Come on. Come on. So I want to go to the... I'm not sure I'm fussed about the outpost. Are any of you useful? So, outpost, not particularly useful. Provision from opponent. Gain 2 provisions. To be honest, I could probably just go to the town hall a few times. Because right now, Grey is... Oh, no, it's more efficient at the mill. What am I going to need for my next step? I'm going to need a top-tier Viking. I'm going to need a bunch of provisions. I'm going to need 5 folks in my crew. Okay, that's... Or 4 for the very top one. Ah, 4, that's why you went there. Okay. Right, in that case, let's start by... Let's just stock up on provisions. So let's go to the town hall. Our forager is going to go over there and gain me 2 provisions. And I'm also going to go to this... Oh, do I want... I'm not sure I do. I'm not sure I do. Let's go to the mill instead, because I think I'd rather have that 4 points. You raid? No, you're going to the mill. Get 3 provisions... Presumably because you have somebody... Ah, forager. That makes sense. Actually quite good that you've got a very clear view as to what any of your opponent's cards are as long as you've seen them before. So I can see the Shield Maiden, I can see the Forager, I can see the War Master, I can see the Gravedigger. What? I don't know what the bottom... Oh, interesting. I didn't even realize there were additional... Wait, you get... It's a Viking game. Of course you get a bonus 4 points for having done more... For having got more deaths. That's... Of course. Wait. Oh, I can see what his... Oh, so you're a... You're a Ragnhilde. I apologise for the pronunciation on that, but I am British and not from the bit that was heavily occupied by Vikings. Gain 1 strength for every Valkyrie you have taken. Oh, you cannot hire more than 1. Oh, so you're actually a named character. Oh, there are named characters in this. Did not know that. And... Would be nice if I could... Yeah, there's no real way for me to tell. Okay. Time to experiment, I guess. By which I mean, time to get some people killed, I guess. Yeah, 2009, I can get that. That's just, I mean, that's just +1 victory point, so why not? But Valkyrie takes a thing. You're not strong enough to justify your presence here. Ah, and you're going to the armory. Okay. So, let's go to the gatehouse. Get you some more friends. Oh, hello. That looks good. If killed in a raid, place card back in your hand. Nice. And only 3. May reroll what... Okay, raid die useful So not useful, but get a provision. Not useful, but get a provision and silver. Probably quite useful. So I'd actually quite like to get the Barbarian and the Berserker, I think. But in the meantime, let's push for victory points and present the... This feels like the better trade, but whatever. That being said, gold is probably worth more because if I'm not pushing to get fortresses, I really need to start going to mills and getting more stuff. Of course, all opponents use one provision. Damn you. Oh, which actually doesn't matter to me because I didn't have any provisions. Fine. Fine. You're a tool, but whatever. Right, you can go... You go here, get me some money. Then you come here and get me some provisions. Okay, so you're going raiding. You're raiding one of the lower areas. Do not fear death. You're deliberately taking the one that's not got... and you automatically have enough just to get the +4. So you're kind of going for the raid bonus. That gets you 6 points. So that's just accumulating. That's not like the first 2. So if I start getting more bonuses that... so if I start getting more fights, presumably is that the first time I take a pennant? What has already been taken once? So I need to take one of these fortresses that has not been sacked yet, which is doable. Right, let's go to the mill, get some more provisions, and cycle back into going to the silversmith because I need to hire some people. And unfortunately, you can't actually work on who... You've just taken out one of your... Nice. Right, in that case, let's go... Yeah, because I've only got 3, I need 5. So let's go to the barracks. And hire... the Berserker. Then, do I have enough to raid one of these? I do, but I don't have necessarily enough money. Or enough strength. Oh, but if I go to the armorer, I could pay. That would be silly. Do I have the provisions? I have got the provisions. I could pay. Can I... 20... So 18... So that's the best fortress I can actually get. I'd rather have... Let's see what else comes out of the gatehouse, because I can go to the barracks again. Or Marauder, victory point for an outpost, victory point for a monastery, 1 livestock for iron, livestock to gain gold, 1 provision, 1 silver. You have 2 provisions and 4 silver, and plenty of gold. Okay, so let's send... somebody here and somebody who gets me silver. So there's you. Lose a crew member to gain a plunder, gain a provision of silver. Yeah, let's just gain a provision from a silver. Because then I can get the... Yes, that would definitely work. In fact, I can then just follow straight up on that by getting my Barbarian friend. And that gets me 16. So I get +2 strength. So actually, I'm already at... So I can get this fortress without any problems at all. And honestly, having a couple of extra deaths is not the worst thing. No, it'll be a shame, but... Ooh, I could get 6 victory points by going to that one, or I could just go for that one, but there's no Valkyries. Ah, so see, I was thinking that Valkyries were just an absolute flat loss, but they're really not. Oh, and I could just get rid of you and rehire you. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I'll lose 2 gold, roll it up to 22, get the base, and you're not useful, but you have got 3 power. You're not as useful. You're running up here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I don't understand what the shield... Oh, is that for the number of... Wait, no, because I brought one home. I'm not sure what that bottom row is for. That confuses me, but fine. Right, can I go straight back out? I don't think I can. No, I don't have anything that allows me to go straight back out. Fine. In that case, let's go and get this victory points, because that still lets me raid. Because I've still got 2 gold and 1 gold. I'm also gonna go to... I have no money. I can't want all of these, so yeah, let's go. Let's silversmith. Oh, I could have town hall, couldn't I? Yeah, I could have. Oh well. Somebody who gets me 3. Monastery. None of you are useful. Who did you just fire? Warlord. Oh, 2 victory points at the game ends. At the game's end. Nice. Right. What do I want to do? What do I want to... I want to get some money. So, oh, no, I can't get money. Or I can. Yeah, you know what? There's somebody who's definitely not useful here. Yeah, you're beyond useless. That gets me money, and then I'm gonna go... Oh, I can't pick up at the barracks. Ah, that's... Oh, but I could also just go up to the town hall and get rid of... Ah, and you... Ah, I just got rid of the more useful guy, didn't I? Damn. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That just hurts. Pain, pain. Okay. You have... How many provisions you got? You got no provisions, so that's good. So I do have a degree of time. Get some money. Get some cash. Barracks next. Ah, and I can now be slightly aggressive, because if I play you down at the barracks... Ah, but I need to... Okay, yeah, so which one am I doing? So you're worth 3, but this lets me reroll a die. What's my current crew? 14. But I have the money to... I actually have the money to do that, don't I? Yeah. Cool. So if I go for... Let's just go sheer... Let's just go sheer actual power. So that's 17. And then if I go to the town hall and I take a provision from an opponent, that gives me up to 3, which is just about... Oh, it would have been enough. Ah, well. Okay, but you now have no gold. You'd have the merchant, which is going to get you a lot of points. 56. Valkyrie. Okay. Well, actually, do I want to just get a bunch of... I don't have the Warmonger, do I? I do. You're back. That jumped from 7 to 10. So, pure experiment. What if I send you here? Because I don't know, like I'm okay with waiting an extra turn. That is expensive though. Oh, get me golden cattle. Oh, get me provision. Yeah, let's do that. Go there. Okay. Go back in my hand. You're going to be provisioning for a while now. And I'm going to want to send you into here to get some... I would love to get the victory points, but yeah, I really need the provisions. I could have just done that much cheaply by just going to the mill, but whatever. Yeah, and we can barracks to get you back. Okay, liking that. 63 plays 57. It is quite tense, even right at the end. Like, I think I've been playing pretty well, but this is actually kind of tense. Right, let's go to a fortress. Let's kick down the doors of a fortress. I've got the provisions. I've got the gold. I've got probably enough. In fact, that's going to get boosted, so that's going to be 19. So straight away, I'm going to be at 19. Let's go for the one that has more. $26. Matches plus 8. Okay. And a sacrifice to the Valkyrie must be made. That's absolutely fine. You go back in my hand. And because there's only one fortress space remaining, this is the last round game, which is really useful because it means that Bjorn can't go anywhere. Because I put Bjorn in a situation wherein I can get that free. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not sure what exactly in fact, let's... Right, just want to quickly undo. I want to see... oh, wow. So I get a So actually, getting your people killed is a really good way to get a point boost. Like, that's actually better than the other track. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, that's really cool. That is really useful to know. Right, yes, 3 points, please. And then I guess just get gold. I don't know what that turns into in terms of... Okay, so it does let you get details. So you get plus... I had 34 points base. I didn't have any of the shield bonuses, which I don't understand. Or that I do understand that I don't have any shield bonuses. I don't understand what gets you them. I got 7 people killed. So I got plus 15 points. I didn't have any victory points based on... Oh, wow. Bjorn was close. Bjorn was close. But yeah, there was only... Oh, you had 2 people. Interesting. One... I don't know what that symbol is. You got a bonus for having cattle from the merchant. I know that much. You had 2 irons, and we both had 2 irons, so that got us plus 2. And I got 1 gold, which gives me plus 1. So... Interesting. Okay, so cattle's not worth anything unless you have the merchant. Ooh, that's quite close. That was very, very close. Real quick. Weenie. Um. Ah. Okay. That is a nice little game, and I'm really glad that that became more and more complex as we went on, because actually you're suddenly trying to manage who's in the village, what can they do, what can they do out of the village. Oh, I know, I understand. Yeah, okay, I get it. I get the awards. I get it. Oh, and there's actually challenges. Take bunch of provisions. How many of these do you get? Yeah, you'd hope. They singy. Big 3 Valkyrie? Yeah, just a bit. Gain 5 armor, win a game, take 10 plunder. I feel like you've got, so I guess you got to do all of that after. I am really curious what the scoring is at the end. So I'm just quickly gonna look. Settings? I believe it's in settings. Rules. Ah, here we go. Iconography. That's military strength. Dice to roll during cards. Workers. Starting. Offerings. That's fine. Supplies. Playing. Raiding. It must be in this. Acquired worker color. So yeah, that was what was tripping me up on the monasteries. Is that I needed either grey or white Vikings, and I only had the basic lads. Replace the working. Yeah, yep, that's fine. That's fine. Scoring. There are 3 different ways to score victory points during a raid: military strength, hired crew, plunder, and Valkyrie. So each settlement offers 2 or 3 levels of victory points based on. Yeah, so if you raid with less than 12, you gain no victory points for their military strength. That's fair. When raiding, players will roll 1 or 2 dice indicated by the dice marker. After doing so, they add their military strength to determine any victory points gained. Yeah. Roll dice, high true strength, high crew actions, armor, high crew do stuff, plunder, Valkyrie. End of game? Victory points. Valkyrie track. Players score victory points based on how much armor they have. Are you going to explain that at all? Oh, so... right. So, this armory... Player gains 1 or 2 armor on the armory track in exchange for how much it got. Right. I understand. I understand. Right. I get it now. Okay. Did it tell you what the 1-for-1 is? It does not. Okay. But I think it's like 3 is the threshold. That's good to know. Okay, cool. So that's the only thing that was not made particularly clear in the tutorials or the actual game, was where that was what the armory was. Now, there's nothing to really indicate that, but you know what? That's fine. That's a minor nitpick, and yeah, it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things for the game. Oh. So, I'm feeling good about 1 win. I'm now really curious what on earth this campaign is. So, we're going to have a quick shifty. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow, those are... There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 missions. Let's see. So, journey to the harbor. We have context? Oh, hello. Congratulations on making your leap to Raider. Build your crew and raid the nearby harbors. Special rules. Harbor spaces are worth 3 victory points each time you raid them. The only settlements that can be raided are harbors. If there's only 1 harbor space remaining, the end of the game is triggered. Okay, that's fine. I start with 3 cards. Cool, that's absolutely fine. So a bunch of you are going to be really useful. useful, and a bunch of you are going to be really rubbish. Oh, I don't have a crew yet. In fact, all of you, in fact, you all, yes, you want to go in and just die straight away, please. You want to go in and just be there the whole game. You want to be there for the whole game as well. So I really want to try and get so 1 provision and 3 hires, or 2 provisions. Honestly, I'd really like that 2 provision and 2 person one to be pretty safe. So let's start, and this is only ever going to give us... Okay, that makes sense. So we're only ever going to get to go to the second level of Viking, because there's no point in having anything else. Cool. And cattle, cows, silver, iron. Okay. So what I want, I need at least 4. And to be honest, if I have the Warlord until the end of the game and then just play him in the final round, presumably that's just 2 victory points. Like up to 2 silver. Fair enough. So I could actually go to the town hall straight away. Yoink! Give me your starting money. That's really tempting, actually. Right. Okay. Let's go. Let's start by getting provisions, because I'm going to need provisions. Probably 2 of them. And then let's also go to the gatehouse. Ooh, Forager, you're going to be useful. In fact, Forager and the Grave Robber. Ooh, yeah, you're actually quite inexpensive, aren't you? Because if I'm going to this side, you 2 are fairly useful early on. Yes, so let's go to the Forager. Come with me, get on my boat. Because now I will get 2 provisions from the mill, which is quite good. What do you... Ah, and take 1 provision from an opponent. Get any provision? Yes, you do. Interesting. So why don't I do that? Or do I want to do that now that I think about it? Oh! You're really good. Like, 1 gold is fine, but actually, you're a really good way of getting people into play for cheap. Yeah, let's do you. Well, yeah, that's... Let crew members return to your hand and swap somebody in. So, Warmonger. Ah, cheeky. That made you much cheaper. Ah, yeah, you got the recruiter. That's annoying. I think I need 1. No, I need 2. That's fine. So, you go to the silversmith. And we'll also come grab you. So I've now got enough to go over here, as long as I can barrack somebody. Because you still don't have... Actually, you do have 2 people, but they're not very good. So let's also start thinking ahead. I could go to that harbour. If I go to the mill, I can have some more, and then go to the barracks, and I'll be perfectly honest, let's get a second Warmonger, because something that would be worth 5 points, something that would be worth 3 points, being worth 5 points instead, sounds like a great idea. Oh, and you've hired somebody instead of raiding, so now I get to raid. And in fact, I can... raid over... Oh, don't forget you've got Valkyrie points, though. Huh. That's interesting to think about. So, he might raid here, but then I can raid again. Yeah, let's... Oh, I also can't raid that. Never mind. Let's go there. This is what I live for. Yes, it is. Thank you, friend. Nice. So you presumably are now going to raid the same place. Yep. Ah, and annoyingly, you can actually probably raid that other place as well. But you know what? That's fine. You go into the longhouse and give the chieftain a cattle for 2 provisions. And then we have the scope to get the forager back out. That sounds like a good plan. Let's recruit the forager. Good, good, good. You're going to the mill? That seems like a really stupid idea. I'm going to take this one. Why would you... You planning to go to that easy one again, and then... Okay, I'm gonna go over here. Weirdo. I'm hungry for action. I like the... I wonder if it's always the most recent person you've hired. I don't think it is. Hang on, left said, what do you do? Oh, you're just telling me the special rules. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, so you run up there. So now, actually, what I kind of want to do is get a bunch of people killed. So I also want to get a bunch of... Yeah, okay, so. And there's that little board. If I didn't want to look at my opponents all the time. That's absolutely fine. So I have 1 cattle, which will get me 2 provisions. Which will be good. I also get extra provisions from the mill, so that's absolutely fine. I could go to the... Oh, I could go to the armory and get some art and get some... Because now that we know what it does, it makes sense to do it. To use it. Yeah, let's swap some iron for +2 armor. And that immediately gets me... In fact... so I don't get anything until I pass certain thresholds. That's absolutely fine. And then let's also go to... Do I have car? No, I don't. That's fine. Let's go to the mill and start stocking up. I also need money. I could probably... With these provisions, I'm kind of alright. I could go... Do I have the... I don't have... Yeah, there's no cost. It's just provisions and people. The iron plus... Iron equals armor. You want cows for some reason, but... Whatever. Okay, let's... I'm kind of okay for provision. This. Yeah, the warmonger, yeah, you are the person who is, farewell. You've been very useful, but bye. You go to the barracks to hire the berserker, makes sense. I'm probably going to gatehouse, because I need to decide who I'm going to hire. Whomst will I hire? So there's only 1 basic lad. Right, let's take you here. Then I have... Okay. You're taunting me, game. Right, let's get some... I don't have any silver. I've got 2 cattle and 2... That makes most sense. Go that one. Yeah, feeling pretty good about my setup at the moment. You're going to the armory, so you get a bit of armor. Did you get 1 armor or 2? You got 4. Okay. Right, so let's... What else can I do? I can give the chief silver. Feels weird to be able to do something that I can just go and do whilst not in the village, but okay. Right, I need money. I need money. That being said, actually... 2 silver for an opponent. 3 new cards into your hand. That seems like a good plan, actually. Yeah, let's go here. Go. Give me some cards. Right. OP. OP. Selection OP. Please nerf. Right, I'm just going to find... Right, apparently I'm just going to go and get the quadruplets. Yeah, let's... So, armory up again. More armor. And then that's going to get me to... So that gets me 4 bonus points. And then I'm going to go and go to the silversmith. And we're just going to go to the silversmith a lot. Yeah, in fact, you go to the silversmith. And then I'm going to take you from the treasury. I'm going to discard 2 cards. Probably going to discard you. And honestly, I don't need the berserker. The berserker is not, like, you don't need high values. Okay. Good. Okay, cool. That's absolutely fine. Because that means I've got the one basic Viking who can come and jump in here, get me 3 coins. That's enough to get me 2 warmongers. Ridiculous. So I'm going to need, like, a bunch of... So I'm going to need a fair amount of provision. So let's do that. So, what I'm getting from this is that the game really is just expecting me to win, because this is a bit of a walkover. But, you know what? You know what's really good about playing a single-player game and just having a hilariously easy opponent? It is the simple fact that you get to walk all over them, and you don't have somebody against you to feel bad. Hello, who are you? First time I'm seeing you. Gain 1 additional victory points for each of your offerings at the game's end. Make an offering at the Longhouse, paying 1 less plunder or silver. Ooh, nice. Okay, that's kind of cool. What else do I need? So I'm going to need a couple. I definitely need to go to the barracks. Let's get some silver going. And then let's go to the barracks. Have the warmonger out. Why did you choose to go into battle with an identical set of quadruplets? Well, you just showed up over time, really. Also probably want iron. Yeah, you're doing pretty well. And now I'm going to slowly murder this family. I need... Oh, so actually the harbour only needs 2. Perfect. Right, let's go and... yeah, I think we're set to raid, honestly. Iron and yeah. 1 provision, 3 people. 2 dead, and then go back here. This is what I live for. Not for much longer. Clang clang. Yep, Valkyrie. Oh, so hard, so hard. Farewell, brothers. I think I can walk straight into this one as well. I wonder what happens if you can't meet the Valkyrie requirement. I'm guessing you just don't get to do it, but... Okay, yeah, we're now into the high stakes, everybody dies phase. Actually, it makes most sense to me to do this. This is what I live for. About that, my friend, I've got some good news and some bad news. One is that you'll live like you've never lived before, and then you won't. Okay, so I need some more people to go out and die. How's that benefited me? Quite a bit. Yeah, 7 points. 44 to 10. Right, I see. I see. I could... Oh, I could get that 5. But I could also go to the barracks, get you down, gain 1 additional victory point for each of your offerings at the game's end. Oh, interesting. And also I could get... I do this. I get to make an offering. And I get to do that offering with 1 fewer silver. Which gets me 5 points. Nice. Okay, this person is deliberately failing now. Let's go to the... Oh, I can't go to the armory. That's odd. Right, gatehouse. Ooh, what are you? Who are you? You may take 1 additional action in the longhouse. Move all 3 offering tasks to the bottom of the stack. Use any building actions if your work was there. What do I need? I need money. Go away. That one. Silver, please. Ah, and it's the worker I've got in my hand. Interesting. Gain 2 provisions. Do I have... Yeah, I need 3, but whatever. It's fine. So I can make 2 offerings of the longhouse. That's kind of cool. Right, I need money. I think... Yeah, I only have 2 of you. You are cheap. And also... You'd let me raid. No, I can't do that. I need to... Okay, I'm going to town hall with the sage. I want to see if something more useful comes up. 2 gold for 4 points. That might just about do it. 2 provisions. That's fine. I'm going to go to the gatehouse. Oh, you swine. You bugger. Fine. Gatehouse up. Oh, perfect. That is a very useful person to suddenly arrive. Do I want to get rid of anything? 4 points versus... Yeah, let's just go for the 4 points. I do need more provisions as well. And then barracks to put you in. They make a lovely couple. Why? Why do you need so many cards? You have far too many cards. I disapprove intensely. Yeah, there's no benefit to having cattle at the end. Oh, no, just... So I need the provisions. Oh, no, let's get the barracks. Barracks. You go in. And then I'm just gonna... What do you... Wait, what do you do? Forced opponents to lose 1. I'm not sure, whatever. Let's go and... Any cattle? Oh, yeah, that lets me raid next turn. Yeah, just... Oh, no. Hit the undo button. That was a mistake. Okay. So now I'm pretty much good to go. And yeah, whatever I do, I can trade stuff in. Yeah, you do not need... Yeah, this is... This computer is programmed to do very poorly. Let's go there. Battle is my domain. Oh no, he went away. Last round, only one harbor space remaining. Fine. I'm not really concerned I'm not concerned over much with my inability to succeed in this campaign. Oh, they just go. Fine. I'm not sure this last hurrah is going to... Woof. Why would you do that one? Bizarre. So my turn. I have... Do I have anything to give to the chief? Nothing that's useful. Do I have anybody put into play? Nobody useful. Do I have any? Do I need any provisions? Oh, do I have... Nope, that will just give me silver, and I don't need silver. I don't think I get any benefit from it. That's mildly inconvenient, but whatever. What do you do? Force your opponents to lose 1 armor. Sure, I'll do that. Yep, bye. Okay, you get -1 point. There we go. Back down with me with the peasants. And swap out iron for 2 armor. So a glorious victory. The plunder you've brought to the village has earned you a place of honor. Yeah, so you get so trading in the iron for 2 was a pretty good idea. Actually no, it didn't get me any bonus points. I would have got 2 points. Oh well, it did not matter. Gain 5 armor. Take a bunch of plunder, which I did. Grade 5 of any kind of settlement. I'm not really going for these. These are just fun side things. I mean, most of these you complete just by going through a regular game against the computer. Let's see what's next in the campaign. I'm not sure if I would play the campaign a huge amount. It does seem like it's pretty basic versus the computer. Let's see what Free the Village does. Maybe the story is interesting. Oh, fortresses. This is a bit more standard. What's my special rules here? The weather is turning, and I fear we have little time before winter is upon us. You must help us increase our food stores by raiding for livestock. Livestock can be converted into provisions in the Longhouse. Instead, they can be used in the Longhouse to give victory points. All offerings that contain livestock are worth more points. The mill only grants a single provision no matter which type of worker is placed there. Oh, right. New cards are available. Okay. Oh, so I had a limited number. Oh, that's why so many War Masters were coming out. It was just because everything was... It's just because there was a limited deck. Right, okay, that makes perfect. Yeah, so raid for a bunch of... Right, so I start off and I should go for... Yeah, 1 provision. That is going to be... Ooh, some of these harbors... It's going to be tough. Which, I mean, that makes sense as to why a scout and a huntsman is such an important thing. So, really try not to lose these guys. Right, let's start off silversmith. And then we're going to... Oh, wow, you just always get victory points for cattle. That's fun. Guess. What else do I get? Oh, that's useful. Additional victory points for each pair of livestock in the game's end. In a game that's really focused on livestock. That sounds like a plan. Right, what else do I need? I want... Okay, don't need barracks. So I'm going to need some provisions. Let's start getting those. And let's... No, I don't want that. Equal amount of cards with an opponent. Provision silver. Provision... any buildings actions as if your work was there. Not really useful. Let's barracks it up. And let's get the warmonger out. points earlier in the harbours. Actually, the harbours seem... Well, except that harbour. That harbour seems like a bloody nightmare. But at least this one has lots of stuff in it. Load of gold as well. Right, what do I want? Do I have anybody I can hire? Do I have anybody I want to hire? Not really. Let's go for the silversmith. And let's go to the gatehouse and just have a lot of options. Ooh, you, my friend, you are going to be the most important card that I have in this entire game. Because, oh my god, do I need you? Do not stop. Just hire this woman. Hire this woman now. Oh my god. Yeah. The fact that the forager is still in here is amazing. And you let me swap a hired crew member with a hand from my card. That's not as useful. I don't really want to discard anything right now. I'd rather keep everything. In fact, I'm just going to go swap between the... Oh, perfect. Perfect. Recruiter. Love it. You love to see it. You love to see it. Everybody's a bit cheaper. Some people are just straight up free. Yeah, let's go here. And in fact, hang on. So yeah, recruiter, please. Recruity boy. And then let's go from the mill, because 2 provisions. Blessings of the gods. And then, in fact, I'm going to go start going to this harbour. Probably this one that's got all of the gold attached to it. This is what I live for. Actually, I can spend the next 3 turns... As long as my opponent doesn't, I can spend the next 3 turns raiding. Ah, you're going out raiding. Fair enough. They aren't prepared for our might. Do I just grab... I probably should. Do I have this capacity to do raiding here? No, I don't. This is the benefit of being able to see what's going on in your opponent's hand. So you can go to that harbour on the left. And just let all your people die. Okay, come here. What I'm realising is that what I probably want to do is just keep all of the cattle. I suppose every pair versus every single cattle being worth... Every pair being worth 2 victory points. If I have both of these guys here. Versus just straight up 2 in the longhouse. Probably a poor exchange rate. Right, that's barracks. And we're not raiding any monasteries right now, so we can get a gravedigger to be killed. I mean, to contribute a useful service to everybody. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And then I need to pick something up. Do I have anybody I want to get rid of? Use any building's action as if your worker was there. That's tempting. That is tempting. Like, in this particular game, the merchant is less useful because even if you have 2, that's every pair. So currently, I could sell the 2 that I have to the chief for either 2 points each for 4, or with a silver and a gold for 7. Silver being worth nothing and gold being worth 1, 2. So actually, yeah, Town Hall is, you're less than useless here. Which one do I want to use? Oh, I could go straight for the armory. And I can only do it because it's based on the worker in your hand. You've got to remember this. I don't need... No, I can't go to Longhouse either. I've got money to hire people, but I actually prefer to have provisions, I think. Aya. Only reason I know how to pronounce that name is because I've played Fire Emblem. Ooh, I'm going to get 3 gold out of that harbour in a second. Why am I going to get 3? I will show you. Because I go here. Raid this bugger. Let's go, recruits. Then, oh no, poor Gravedigger. Oh, look, he's got some gold on him. We should take that. Oh, so sympathetic. So sympathetic. Okay, cool. Right, I've got some iron, so let's go to the armory, and we will, yeah, do that. And then we'll go to the mill and get some provisions. Do I want to get anything over here? I'd actually, ooh, the outposts are looking really good. I can also get really good. Can I? No, I can't. We're actually getting to a point where I'm not too fussed about losing the War Master. Do I want to go to the Silversmith? I don't want to go to the Armory because I won't be able to hire anybody. Let's go to, in fact, let's Longhouse. Swap this for 7 victory points. Effectively doubling what I have right now. And then let's go to the barracks. And as I think we're about to start going into some outposts, or do I want to go straight up to monasteries? Ah, so monasteries can kill you. It must have just been a strange quirk on that first game. But the monasteries are actually slightly cheaper. Oh, sorry, the outposts are slightly cheaper. And actually, I can make them cheaper because I don't have provisions. That said, this also, I don't pay provisions when raiding monasteries. You're free. I mean, to be honest, let's start with this, because I'm pretty sure there's at least one of these that doesn't have... Yeah, there's a bunch of these that don't. Oh, also I need to... Grey or grey or white. Okay, absolutely. You're going straight up for a... Wait, what? No. I'm pointing at the wrong thing. You went to a provision. You got provision. That made much more sense. Right. I need to... Oh, could you trade 2 gold for... Oh, I can't pick that one up yet. Okay, let's go to a mill. And then let's go to the longhouse. Just get both of these, honestly. I suppose realistically, the other thing I should be paying attention to is... Ah, yeah, you're going to the monasteries. You have enough power. You have 8. Ooh, you... Snake eyes. Damn. Okay, only the bare minimum, but that's fine. That's fine. And let's see, I want to... Do I have any specific I want to recruit right now? 8. And you're worth 2. Yeah, let's barracks in you. And to be honest... Yeah, a bunch of you I can probably start cycling out, to be honest. I can't do anything in the armory. I can't do anything there. Actually, if I'm going to start cycling out the forager, I should use her power to the best of my ability and get as many of these bloody things as I can. Ooh, what are these monasteries actually going to be basically? Because if I have... Yes, I still have 2 gold. So swap some gold for 4 points. And then barracks in... Do I have money? I don't have money. Okay, that's fine. One more turn of this then. You can have no more than 8 provisions at the end of your turn. Absolutely fine. So that's... We're now at absolute max provisions. So I can send you to the silversmith, go bring something back from the barracks, and then go raiding, frankly. Silversmith. And then over to barracks. You go into play. Your crew is, well, you have served me well, and now you're going to go hang out with, go hang out in the mill, frankly. So this really works for that. This outpost on the right. Frankly, the monastery as well. I've got plenty. I'm going to be one... So this bait... In fact, I'm pretty sure this monastery is now free. But let's start over here, because that also gets me armor, which is going to be quite useful. Actually, that gave me a bunch of armor. 15. Nice! That gets me the Titan thing. And it cost me one less, so that's really good. You're going for that monastery. That's absolutely fine. And you get the upper bonus there. Fine. What am I doing in terms of... Shall I go past? That War Master. Is there only one that just has one death? There's this one. That's probably more useful. Yeah, that's probably the most useful thing you could do right now. Because this would only be 2. Still have plenty for this monastery up here. Or I could just go straight for this monastery. I don't have anything to replace you with, though. Oh, I could actually go for this one. Go for that. I believe that takes 2. Ah, okay, so I can actually do this twice. Roll 15. Fine, 2 points. I'll take it. Oh, yeah, I need to stop wasting... Oh, no, I need to... What does this need? Grey. So maybe use one of the white... One of the top-level Vikings. Ooh, do I want 8 points? 8 points instead of... Yeah, that's definitely a good call. 8 points swap there. And then let's go to the armory with our remaining iron. Get a mid-level Viking. There we go. I need to kill more of my guys. Okay, there's this outpost. This only costs 2 to raid. And honestly, War Master, you're not particularly useful at this point. Actually, who's less useful? I think... I'm right, there's only 1 outpost left to raid, right? Is that all? Okay, yes. So there's only 1 outpost left to raid, but there's a bunch of harbors left to raid. Actually, you're less useful, because we don't need you. But your sacrifice of the Valkyrie is much appreciated. Okay, I should probably get some more folks from the gatehouse. Don't have anything. Yeah, I don't have anything in the armory. Okay, so... Ooh, hello, you're useful. 1 provision from an opponent. Really useful. I'm not blocked by any requirements of crew for that monastery right now, or for the outpost. Just blocked by food. Is there anything that lets me get 1 provision? Oh, so Town Hall quite useful. Can't do anything with the mill. Can't do anything there. I could just start giving in. Yeah, I don't really want any of you. I'm gonna go to the Longhouse and give the chieftain a cattle. Okay, and so then I want to... I could get a bunch of cards. I put you at the town hall and then get the gatehouse, and then I could get the gatehouse again. Or I could go to the mill and get the... I could gatehouse twice. I feel that's actually quite useful. Okay, so let's go to the town hall. Get rid of you. Go to the gatehouse. Ah, nice. Forager again. And then also take from the gatehouse. Oh, nice. That's quite handy. Oh, actually, that'd be quite good, because I could use the forager for a few turns. Yeah, let's go to the barracks. Play the forager. And then we'll do a bunch of, well, literal milling. Get some provisions. Double up on my provisions. Do this for a few turns. And then use her to swap out for a more powerful character. Aya's Warlord has taken 1 silver from you, you bastard. You bastard. That's fine. I can do that. I can sort you out later. Need iron. Anybody else who's particularly got useful powers right now? Make an offering at the Longhouse, paying 1 less plunder or... ooh. Yes, you're very useful. Do that. And I'm going to do this one, which now doesn't need any iron. A smart buyer. You look like an attractive person who knows a good deal. That's damn right. I am both an attractive person and I do know a good deal. And I need to take somebody. Don't really need... Oh yeah, mill. Just keep milling. Keep milling. I apologize for using magic terms, but it's a very easy frame of reference. So I've got that win by 50 points thing in the bag. That's a good start. Also, that means I can, for that time, next time I do this, I can use more iron. And in fact, let's go to the town hall. Because you, Mr. Gatekeeper, can draw 3 new cards to my hand. Oh, hello. What do you do? You have lots of power. 3 victory points at the game ends. Nice. So you guys are kind of useless, but you're really good for getting silver. Get some more provisions. I think I'm kind of stocked up. Yeah, you're going and raising a fortress. That's fine. In fact, this is the time to use the Gravedigger's home power, isn't it? 36. So this is the thing, like, there's definitely scope for people to make comebacks. Right, let's go. You raid him. So I can pay. I can get that monastery really cheap. I can get the monastery really cheap. Right, let's pay. Want to do anything else? Yeah, I really want to use the Gravedigger's power. But actually, let's still go to the silversmith, get 2 gold, get 2 silver, and then I'll go to the... That's gonna really mess me about in terms of what I'm allowed to go out and scavenge, isn't it? Yes, it is. But it will allow me to get somebody much more powerful in play, which will work for me in the long run. So, swap out you. And put you in. Nice. That's a really nice power. That is a very, very helpful power that I deeply, deeply approve of. There was something else. Oh yeah, actually I can just do, so if I put this on the town hall, you can from an opponent. How are you doing, opponent? That would actually stall you, so yes, let's do that. And then let's... Barracks are full. Yeah, you know what? I'll pay for 1 armor. Gets me going anyway. Actually, that's really good for some of the monasteries. Okay, I can basically take my pick now. Let's go for this monastery and for these monasteries and just clear out my the guys who are now kind of not useful. Nice. The fortresses are... You're more powerful. Yeah, sorry. The recruiter is just more useful by far. And that did make it free to raid. That's really good. Okay, let's just go and raid a bunch of... Yeah, let's just go and raid this monastery and then get rid of that last fella. And actually, that makes a lot of sense because now I can just clear these guys out, spend a few turns recruiting. Also, like 6 points a turn because I'm more or less already up there. Plus an iron. So yeah, you're not useful anymore, so you can go out of my hand. I can pay an... Oh, I'm going to get the next level of armor. And I'm really boosting my Valkyrie track, which is something I really like. And let's get some +2 default armor because that just looks like it's a yeah. I've only got 1 provision, and I could probably get rid of... Actually, you guys aren't very good, are you? That being said, 1 less provision is probably not the worst thing. Like, yeah, it's 3 as opposed to 4. And I can send the other one to the town hall. I can go for this one, right? And I'm already beating this. Give them no mercy. Battle is my domain. Okay, so you get 8 points off that. So you're raiding less frequently. I feel like I'm clearly winning, but it just depends what you've got in terms of plunder. Yeah, you are trading in your plunder pretty quickly. And this is, yeah, let's for another. Yeah, 8. What is that? I don't know how that much. That's now 6. I guess you get 1 extra just for a bit of safety? Question mark? Who's in my hand? Forage is in my hand. Oh, you not let me look at the forager. Fine, whatever. Oh, actually, do I want to just... I just town hall the forager. Yeah, give me 2 provisions. That's a very good idea. I've only got fortresses that I'm now raiding. I need a full crew. But I've got a bunch of quite inexperienced and effective mugs. Actually, what I can do is go to the barracks, pop you in, because you're still free. Because you obviously now have no benefit to me. So I'm going to go to the gatehouse. So I have one of the... Oh, excellent. That is what we like. That, in fact, both of you are what we like. And then we've got 18, 22, 24. Like, it's going to seem counterintuitive as hell, but yeah, let's do this. Clear out my crew a little bit. Oh, I also need to get gold. That's right. 25. Okay, 7. Not bad. And... Why? Oh, yeah, because you have 3 power. That's fine. You and your brother. Possibly not the best idea, but you know what? It works for in terms of getting some space cleared out. And these guys are all fairly inexpensive. I just need a silversmith. And then I need the... Go in. Yeah, 21. And then... I only need 4. Actually, I can go straight onto this one. Not going... I can't immediately because I need to. But you know what? That still works because I can put the gravedigger in. And then I can go to... Oh, thank you. It's weird that you let me. Let's go to the mill. Just get this. Oh, I need gold for this top one, don't I? Glad I remembered that. I need 2 gold, in fact. You'll take that cow and the gold. That's fine. Meanwhile, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to have to go here and get some more gold. And then I'm going to have to... go to the silversmith and get some silver. Because I'm really going to want that War Master in a few minutes. I might take one more turn just going there. I can definitely get him in. Then... Oh, I've got two cattle and a gold. Perfect. That's quite... there is a skip button, so presumably you can place something even if it's not necessarily to your benefit. Oh, I need a cow. I need a cow. I get 2 cows. 6 points. That's not bad. Right, let's go. I still need gold. Still need gold. No, I don't. Okay, gatehouse. And then mill. Sleep. I could just trade those two straight away for gold, but whatever. But this one doesn't let you undo. Weird. Interesting. Okay, fine. That's an odd choice in terms of design. I realized it a little while ago, but I think it's very neat and quite... Yeah, it's really well designed in terms of there always and only ever being 4 Vikings that are going to be in the village. Like 1 in your hand and 3 actually down. So... because you just kind of have that, it does really work for that worker placement vibe in terms of ensuring. So I want a cow. Yes, I do. Go up there. And I think we know who's not making it back here. Nice. 7 points. Ooh, nice. I might break 100. And you go there. You have done good work today. You get to go to a nice retirement place in the country. In upstate Scandinavia. Okay, so you're going to lose somebody. Berserker or what? I mean, to be honest, as long as they don't get rid of the War Master, that's the most sensible thing. Yeah, that's fair. So my last turn is going to be spent. First off, okay, so barracks are there. I can go into the longhouse. Yes, I still have the recruiter as well, so that is good. So I can pay you. I still have the money to recruit the warlord. A glorious bounty you've brought. Do not be surprised when you're offered a seat at the table of every village. Okay, so yeah, I'm very, very good at getting the Valkyrie bonus. I'm not entirely sure what that thing that's ×7 is. I need to... Nice. Nice. Oh, offerings. So offerings must be a separate thing. So that's just stuff I've handed over to the chief. Okay, cool. That is... What the third one is. I'm not going to play it, but I'm curious to see what the bonus power is. Death and Glory. This feels like a very sudden turnaround, but okay. What's your special gimmick here? Okay, everything's normal. Longhouse. I'm not seeing the obvious. The greatest warriors live on in Valhalla. Give your crew the chance to drink in the Hall of the Slain. Gain 1 victory point for each crew member you sacrifice to the Valkyrie. Okay, so this is just... And now we get the Avenger. If killed in the raid, gain 1 victory point. If killed, force an opponent to lose a crew member also. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Right, that being said, I'm not actually going to play this. I'm going to quit out of this. It doesn't matter. And we're going to resign. Yes, please. So, that is Raids of the North Sea. That's brilliant. I can understand why that got so many awards and why it is like that's a really good implementation. And like the campaign, I think is possibly a little bit easy. I guess that it's using the easy AI, but honestly, like I can't really fault them for that. It's a really good once you've done the first the tutorials is probably actually quite a good way of getting into the game and the various mechanics without overwhelming you. But yeah, so if you're not necessarily somebody who plays board games, or you've got some friends who aren't necessarily board gamers, I can definitely understand why they might play through the campaign before they go to challenging the normal mode of the AI and then into online play. That's really good. I am a sucker for worker placement. A while back, I actually played a single-player worker placement that I had found on Kickstarter, and that was great. And one of the games I have on the table is Laws of Waterdeep, which has a special place in my heart. And yeah, I am I'm a little bit in love. That is really good. I'm also aware that this is like part of the North Sea trilogy, and the person who made the game, Shem Phillips, also had like a West Kingdom trilogy. So that's, I may have to look at some of his other games. None of them have been converted to a digital platform. I may have to. Oh, I mean, we're getting to the point of lockdown coming out, so board game cafes being open soon. I could definitely see myself spending a bit of time with these. I'm actually also really curious just to get hold of a physical box of Raiders of the North Sea and see if like the variant rules that are available in the in if in the available. I'm going to start talking again because I just lost the ability to word. I'd be really interested to see if some of the variants in the campaign are actually in the box or if that was distinctly created by Direwolf Digital. I might actually ask Direwolf Digital because I tweet at them. That's the modern world we live in. Right, speaking of the modern world we live in, we are a society that does not. I have no idea where I'm going with that. What on earth? We live in a society. Um, but we also live in a society that allows us to use random number generators. So we are going to leave the Raiders of the North Sea. Where did this go? And we're going to go and visit Other Me at the Wheel of Games. I do like this. I have slight. Hang on. Why am I? I am behind my own chat box. Hang on. There we go. Ghosting through my slightly translucent chat box. Okay, cool. So we have added a couple more games because I've discovered a few that were just in my library. So we are up to 34 games. We might end up playing Raiders of the North Sea again. If we do, I'm going to play. I might play some more of the campaign. I might play some more of the. I'm definitely playing some more versus the AI because this is brilliant. There's a like I want to play as humans. I think humans just because I can. Yeah, I this is something I could definitely see me getting some friends round and around a table and oh, I'm breaking my law. I don't I shouldn't own. I keep saying I'm going to play physical copies and it's like law. You board games are friends, not food. I don't eat. I eat them. Yes, if I didn't eat board games habitually, I would definitely want to get some humans around a table and play this with them because yeah, play with people over a table is really fun, and we hopefully will be able to do that in the next few months. But in the meantime, and even after, digital board games are great because they let us try them for less than the box price. Anyway, let us see what destiny holds, what the Nordic fates have for us. Will we go to Valhalla or Hell? Is our next choice. Is it something new or is it something that I've played before? I think it's about a 50-50 split. So we're gonna see. I don't know exactly what I don't. It may be obvious, but I don't rig this because I'm just spinning it now. Um, and yeah, it's yeah, fun to find out what exactly is gonna come out. Want to get on with it? Yes, I really do. Thank you so much for disturbing me. Welcome. You look very handsome today. Thank you. You want to spin the wheel? Yes, please. Round and round it goes. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Tokaido. Oh, that is gonna be good. Oh, I do like Tokaido. Tokaido's great. Tokaido is a game which I few times. Get that mouse out of there. Um, it's yeah, it's a lot of fun. I genuinely, oh, that's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to Tokaido. Tokaido's a wonderful game about just having the nicest holiday and then rubbing it into the faces of your friends. And I really look forward to playing it. It's got a really nice, got a fairly unique movement mechanic. It's got some really beautiful artwork. Um, and yeah, it's a really nice game. I love Tokaido. I'm looking forward to that so much. So please join me on Saturday when we will be playing Tokaido. I'm really looking forward to that. Please do. Please check out the stream I did on Monday with Bianca Duba because we played Mysterium and oh my god, that was so much fun. That is gonna. It was occurring to me earlier in the day that monthly Monday Mysterium is a very nice alliterative hashtag, and I can definitely see ways to have chat involved with that, or other VTubers or streamers who are interested, because yeah, that was a good game of Mysterium, and I want to do more of that. But yeah, there's definitely scope, particularly if it, because the ghost doesn't need to talk. It could just be somebody from chat. It could be somebody who's got the game but isn't able to stream it, and they can be the ghost, and I can just talk, and we can have a bit of fun there. Oh, that's gonna be good. Okay, cool. So, what is the date on Wednesday? On Saturday? It is going to be the third. So I'm going to actually change over to my chatting. Um, I know what happened here. Sorry, just trying to sort out streaming stuff. Background. Oh, trying to make sure things are going smoothly, and they might necessarily not. It sometimes happens. Plus, it's the end of the day. It's 11:20. To this screen. So I can close out this full screen window and not show all of my tab browsers. Um, who is streaming right now? Streaming something interesting. Uh, this wind down bit that I find a challenge sometimes. It is really hard because you've got to be doing a few things at once. You've got to be looking at Twitch, who's streaming, making sure that chat's okay. But yeah, this has been. Do you know what? I'm really happy I started doing the board game streams because I think it gives such a nice thing to talk about. Let's put the music back on. And you're muted. Then we'll just quickly. Nice. There we go. Bit of a chat. Bit of chat and music. Um. Okay. Nice. Maybe playing anything interesting. Oh, I do like. Ashes Reborn. That's kind of a fun one. I'm just looking through the various board games that are currently being played. Um, and we trade Team Covenant. Kind of curious. I've not seen. I don't know Ashes, but I've heard good things. I saw I think I saw a Shut Up and Sit Down review many years ago. And it is one of those ones where I kind of wouldn't mind getting into it. Um, but it is one of the. But again, it's a collectible card game, and that slightly terrifies me. Anyway, so we're going to go raid Team Covenant and just see what they're up to. In the meantime, I've been Loxley. Our next stream is going to be on Saturday, I believe it was the 3rd. Yep. Next stream, Saturday, the 3rd of March at 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And it's going to be playing Go. In the meantime, thank you very much for joining me. This has been an absolute pleasure. I'm so happy to have started playing board games on this channel because it's a really nice, chill way to spend the stream, and and this setup is actually a really nice way to actually play a bunch of games, because I think it would be very easy for me to think, oh, I should play some things that I've played before first, and rather than challenge myself, which this has been, I'm feeling very, very good about being a board game streamer right now. Yeah, you gotta appreciate the simple pleasures. Anyway, off gates, we're gonna go raid Teve Covenant. Thank you very much for your time this evening. I really hope you've enjoyed watching Raids of the North Sea. I hope people enjoy. I hope people go out and play it. But yeah, in the meantime, I've been Loxley, and this has been Board Game Roulette and Raiders of the North Sea. I will see you on Saturday. Hurrah.